Alright guys, here we are from the trailer review. Today we're going to be reviewing the trailer for the movie Wastelander. Poor man's Mad Max.
Poor man's something or other. A badass post-apocalyptic adventure of epic proportions.
I'm down.
Starring no one? I'm in.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Well, Mad Max sure is a special thing, right? A magical thing that can never be duplicated under any circumstances, apparently.
Yeah, especially when you try to mix it with like Borderlands or whatever they were going for in this. I feel bad almost because you can see so much had to have gone into this because there's so many, like it's almost all practical effects because and by practical effects I mean like it's costumes and sets and cars and bullshit, like a lot of things. But at the end of the day I don't know what the main character was saying with his helmet on. The action seems to be like a what's happening kind of action where like it's cutting sideways to kind of avoid the sins of not being able to actually do the moves or something.
They're really tight to cover the fact that we don't. It makes this actively makes me sad because I feel like there was a premise, there was an execution, and it just falls short. But in a way that makes me go like you're saying, like so much was done. And this is the kind of thing like, hey, anyone can make a movie now. You just gotta work really hard, and like it's probably took years of these people's lives and all that stuff. And like it's just.
I like that the one dude's wearing spurs, but no horses are ever shown, so they're just a fashion statement.
You just gotta look cool.
You do see like the futuristic cop car, so it is kind of like a Mad Max thing, like almost legitimately. It's got the Interceptor. It's
got everything, right? Because there's like a good place that's not the Wasteland, and he's the vanguard going into it and doing all these things, and I'm just so like it literally makes me like not skeeved out, but like I go like it makes me feel bad that this has happened.
I hate in anything that has a budget of like, let's say.
What do you think this was?
The budget on this?
Yes.
I would.
$1 million?
I would say like $1 million.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Right.
But anything with a budget of less than like say $7 million that does anything with swords taking on bullet shots always looks fucking god awful.
Yeah. Even with money, that can look bad.
It takes a certain amount of money for like there to be people investing money to go. You have to redo that, and like they say that until it looks good. And I don't think that this had that.
Perhaps.
But like it's weird because again, there's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of
and
sets.
the costumes and
the
sets
costumes
and
alone.
things.
That's a lot of time and effort.
But you can. It's so sad. This makes me really sad because I want not that I want it to like this, but like this is the kind of thing where if your friend made it, you'd be like, "Holy shit, you did all this stuff." It's not good, but it did all this stuff, which is so sad. That's like the saddest way to do this. Because if someone just fucks around for like a weekend and it's not even close, you can make fun of it. It can be like a fun bad thing. Or if someone just does it where it's mostly green screen, you go like, wow, technology is so so amazing.
Yeah, but I don't get that vibe.
Yeah, it's not good, but wow. And then this is just like, oh no, like so much was done, so much time was spent.
I think a lot could have been done with this. I don't think the acting is necessarily amazing, but I don't think it's downfall. I think the downfall is like how it's shot or something. It has a weird lack of filters on it. Like it doesn't seem like there was a color correction for cohesion. I don't know if there's some weird day to night or something happening. Like things have a weird look from scene to scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say like things are very tight, which might be to hide sets and stuff, but also the camera work. Like if you were to picture. I'm not gonna. I was gonna scrub back and be like, picture this scene, but not this. But the people can't see what we're seeing, so that would be dumb. There's certain stuff where, like, camera work wise, and it reminds me of our first film, where things are just filmed like this, where it's just here's the thing happening, right? But like movies actually film things like this or like this, and like weird close-ups and weird angles where it feels weird, where your actor's like, what are you doing? Why is the camera right there? And you're like, no, trust me, this is this feels evenly like whatever the fuck, right?
When
like
doing
filmed.
plastic for metal in any type of setting, so like the guns or the armor and all that jazz, it's very important to do a color correction to like crush the blacks and make it darker and look better because like you can see that it's plastic if you don't do certain things, and they've avoided those. And this could be a trailer that came out early, and it might not represent the final product, but I can't see the final product being all that much better. But like all of these scenes with how they are washed out and muted, if you were to like tweak them a little bit of vibrance, I think you could end up with something that looks visually pretty good. I
So
don't know if
I
with the editing it could ever become this amazing thing.
Yeah, I feel like at every step along the way, right, from like what is there to to film, where the camera shows to like be, and then what was done with the footage, there's like a lack of maybe experience or whatever. Not that we're so experienced, but we're
But
experienced enough to know what doesn't look good or
ambitious
whatever.
thing to
I know,
approach
fuck.
if you are unexperienced, because they again so much is on the screen that they would have had to have
Listen, like,
done. Each
yeah.
character is like hundreds of dollars of shit is on each character for like a
Yeah.
throwaway scene,
Right,
let
for
alone for
extras,
your main
potentially.
characters. So it's very odd if they are not experienced.
I feel like there's a good amount of like CG and stuff too, and there's a good amount of like if you see like the vignetting and like this is such a stylized thing that I think that they just chose. I don't want to say the wrong style, but
That
they,
might be it.
But they chose to do something that's not complementing what their visuals were and what their
Saturation
composition
is
or
like the
whatever.
devil, and it seems like a lot of people are like in that
I'm
world.
seeing-
And are
no,
they
like-
trying to make it seem like
yeah.
this world is like brighter and like is that their
Okay.
thing?
Well, so
like
like,
almost like a pitch black thing where it's like,
That's
but it's
kinda what it
not
feels
taking
like.
it all the way, or it's taking it slightly too far. I can't decide exactly there.
I like high contrast images and stuff like that, and I'm seeing a lot of that here. But like you're saying, it's almost maybe accentuating some of those close-ups of weaponry and parts
Yes,
that are
it's
that don't look right. I feel so bad, like technically shitting on this, but that's the only thing I can do because I don't know.
I'd like to see what they produce in the future, assuming this isn't like their last thing, because like you learn from your mistakes hopefully, and you go on further. And most of this stuff can be recycled and put into something else. Like switch this to that guy and this to blah blah. It's like the majority of the issue with making movies like this is like I don't have a set and the costumes and the blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but assuming
yeah.
you have the willing actors and all this equipment and the sets are not destroyed immediately afterward. You
No,
have
and-
everything you need to do again.
Well, and that's the part of this, right? Is that all the elements are basically there. It's just that something's wrong with getting between those elements and the final product. or
Yes,
something
I would
like
say
that.
keep at it.
I have a theory. Keep at it, kid. It's like 50-year-old people that have worked their whole lives in film or whatever.
It's hard to say.
No, like I have a theory though that for some people, for some viewers, for some audience members, they look at this and something happens in their brain to translate it, and they look at Mad Max Fury Road and the same thing happens in their head and they translate it. So there's gonna be people watching the Sci-Fi Channel and like watching this and going like, "That's pretty good," and like it'll be
Oh,
fine or whatever.
I fear the complete opposite.
Yeah?
Like, I think I am lending it a lot of approachability because I
Of
can
the,
see what they were
relatability.
trying to do.
Gotcha.
I think a normal person, like if I showed this to like any of my other friends who are not like film connoisseurs,
people, yeah.
they would be after a few seconds be like, what is that? And
What
they
the
would
fuck
turn
is
it
this?
off.
Turn
Yeah.
this off. Interesting. Okay, because I don't really know a lot of sci-fi stuff besides like Z Nation or something like that. So like movie-wise, I've always had that feeling of like, is that supposed to be a scientist like lab? What? And and I just like go along for the thing, and this has better like physical stuff than a lot of that stuff. So I'm just like, I don't know. Anyway, so nice try, boys. Try again later.
Yeah,
don't know what
I
we're saying
can't
here.
even say that I 100% want to see this to just find out where it goes.
I would,
Because
I would
don't
look.
think
So
I
like,
do.
if we had like a bigger or like a reel or whatever channel or something where we could like find the people who made this and like interview them and come in and then watch this and talk to them about it, I would love to do that or whatever.
Sure, I'd like to know more about this,
yeah.
but I feel like anything
I don't
you
know if
find
just
on
watching it
Wikipedia
is
would
the
not
main
give me
thing.
the information I actually want,
No,
if it even has one.
This will have 2 lines about whoever made it or like
Yeah.
the people or whatever. I'm
Very much interested to know what the budget actually was and where
Yeah.
they got said budget.
I'm similarly interested in those things.
Yeah, but I don't think I do want to watch this. I'm sorry, guys. But no, keep it up. Let us know in the comments what you think about this. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.